name is Salem Najjar. I'm associated with Tropical Smoothie Cafe. My company is called Serve Hospitality Group, and we're based out of Novi, Michigan. That's a good question. When I hear that question, I think that I have to first start with what defines success. Because if you polled 100 people, I'm of the impression that you'd get 100 different answers to that. So for me, the first way that I measure success is the attitude of my employees. If they're motivated, positive, and most importantly, if they're reporting to me that they feel successful, then I feel successful. Second, I pay attention to our customer feedback. If they feel happy, we will hear it come through in their feedback, and there will be a direct correlation with our sales growth, and that will make me feel successful. Next, I look at how we're controlling our cost of goods sold. So food cost as well as labor cost. If we're staying at or under our targets, then I feel successful. And finally, my tenacity. Perhaps one of my strongest attributes is that I'm not necessarily looking to achieve success, because I don't see it as something to be achieved or as an end goal. I always want to learn more, grow more, and outperform more. And I feel like that is what fuels my tenacity. So I feel those are the ways that I gauge and measure my success as a multi-unit franchisee. The advice I give to other franchisees looking to grow their brand is to invest in your people. I believe that your people are your most valuable asset, more important than the equipment that you buy or the location that you're performing out of. At the end of the day, it's really your people. If you've got strong people and a strong team, they will be the catalyst that fuels your growth. And you have to invest in them like an asset and look at the salaries of some of the key people on the team as an investment for 1 year, 2 years down the road to get you where you ultimately want to be. The way that I did my due diligence before buying into the brand Tropical Smoothie Cafe was not as scientific as I originally thought it would be. So I'm a CPA, and I come from the background of being very analytical, diving in, studying not just numbers, but everything that fuels those numbers. So when I was going through dozens and dozens and dozens of FDDs looking for something that I wanted to invest in, as I took my career down a different path, I would study numbers and I would study the things that fuel those numbers, and they would give me inclinations as to what kinds of brands I was interested in. But at the end of the day, it really just came down to a gut feeling. When I met the CEO of Tropical Smoothie Cafe and the executive team behind that cafe at the time back in 2015, I could just really feel a sense of belonging. I could feel that it was a brand that I could really grow with and create a strong portfolio with. So it really just came down to a gut feeling for me more than it did a due diligence process. But I would definitely encourage other franchisees to study all the relevant data, but also take into consideration how they feel about that brand, because you don't want to be investing in something that you aren't personally on board with. Other franchisors looking to attract franchisees such as myself would really have to offer a couple things. They'd have to offer, a really unique concept, whether it's in the food industry, outside of the food industry. I'm not pigeonholed to that, but I want to see more diversity, not just another burger chain or another cleaning company, or there needs to be more unique ideas. The second thing would be something that's eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, more sustainable. I feel like the more and more that I travel and the more I go to different places of the world where that's becoming a bigger problem, the more that I see the importance of that for every part of the supply chain. When creating the product, delivering the product to the customer, thinking of ways to reinvent the product and build the product. So that's an important one. And then the third one would be realizing the value of the franchisor-franchisee partnership, because that was one of the biggest things that attracted me to the company that I'm with now. Is, as I mentioned, I was really sold when I met the CEO, and that was because he really explained to me the concept of the franchisor-franchisee relationship, using an analogy of the franchisor is like the brain and the franchisee is like the heart. And the franchisee can really be passionate and fuel their growth and their success simply by using the tools that are provided to them and the resources that are provided to them by the brain. And I really like that analogy, and it stuck with me for a long time because I've now implemented that into my organization at Serve Hospitality Group. And I think that way a lot when I'm working with my people and my teams and my managers and district managers and direction of operations people and such, because I really look at my role as somebody that needs to provide them all the tools and resources that they need to grow and allow them to be passionate about what they do every day. And finding franchisors that feel the same way genuinely is difficult to come by, in my opinion.